Hi, family. Again, it's encouraging to see that you embarked on the road to recovery. It's super awesome to see that you're on the comeback trail. Keep slaying it, okay? Now, the process of healing is underway, and I hope this information will aid you in this journey to wellness. Now, keep in mind that this is just one way. Your sis just wanted to help you start, healing from your traumas. And oh, yeah, and as your sis, I have to ask you to hold it down for me by hitting the like button and subscribing for more empowering content. All right, let's do this. So, we know by now that not everybody's traumatic experiences are the same. So, that means that everybody's recovery journey is not as well. And it can much so challenge your ideas of how the world works and who you are as a person. Now, again, this is one path to recovery because healing trauma takes on a multitude of paths, and there is no official roadmap. But taking action can prove helpful along the way. Also, as your sis, I am committed to creating content that is both engaging and considerate of my viewers' well-being. And I hope that this trigger warning allows you to make an informed decision about engaging with this video. And if you are now going to click off due to triggers, please take care of yourself. And remember that your well-being is paramount to me. But for the rest of y'all, let's dive into it. Okay, so phase 1, according to Dr. Pierre Janet and Judith Herman, they say that phase 1 is safety and stabilization. With trauma, we tend to feel unsafe no matter what's going on and who's around. We need to regain protection for ourselves, which can take a while to regain, but it is worth it. And if we don't feel stable, we should aim to become more secure in our bodies and our relationships. So I believe that regulating and soothing our emotions daily can help. That is why I want to try this mindfulness-based stress reduction exercise, MBSR for short. Now, this is for stress, but they are now using this for trauma experiences as well. This can reduce negative emotions and promote a more calm appraisal of life situations. I started trying this out when I recognized that I have trauma that I never dealt with. And when I started thinking of the situations that traumatized me, I did the exercise. And I can tell you, it soothes my nervous system, and I got so excited and thought I had conquered it, right? But I soon realized that this had to become a part of my life daily. This was not a one-time thing. I wish it were, but it wasn't. So I just made it a habit in my life, and it is doing its thing, y'all. I feel so much better after doing it, and I do another exercise when I want to change things up a little bit to release trauma. It is called Trauma Release Exercise, TRE for short, created by psychologist Dr. David Barcelli. So sometimes it is good to change up your routine or add on to your routine and do both of these exercises. I'm telling you, I know you are asking, what in the world is trauma release exercise? I hear you. It activates the natural reflex mechanisms of shaking or vibrating that releases muscular tension and helps calm down the nervous system, allowing the body to return to a state of balance. Please, if you have time, look it up and see if it's right for you. But remember, if you see these videos on it, people do it differently. So search for more than one way to do it, okay? But for right now, let's try the mindfulness-based stress reduction exercise that I uniquely do in my daily life. Okay, I am going to slow down the tempo so we can grasp and appreciate the entire exercise. Hopefully, you don't have to slow the speed down in this video to follow along. But if you do, by all means, do what you gotta do, okay? Let me sober my mind right now, okay? Oh yeah, I do want to say, if you have any medical concerns or questions, please talk to your healthcare provider. Remember now, I am your sis, not your doctor. And this is just a beginner's exercise that I uniquely do. I have taken from like the body scan meditations and the mindfulness-based stress reduction as well. So I just put them together. And I just want to say that before I get comments stating that their routine doesn't align with what I am offering, again, this is what I do uniquely for me. And I just want to encourage you to create your own for yourself. But, I just want to share with you, okay? All right, so let's get ready. Okay, so now the first thing I would like for you to do is to make sure you are free from distractions. So if you are driving, working in a yard, exercising, or whatever you are doing, you will have to get into a space where you can just be. And I will give you some time to do that right now. Okay. Now, trauma work is something that works from within. No one can do it for you. And as your sis, I would love to, but this is all you, and I believe you got this. All right. Keep in mind that this is an invitation for you to fall awake, not to fall asleep, okay? All right? I can't have you sleeping up in here in my DMX voice, all right? So let's step out of clock time. Here we go. Now that we are physically safe, I want us to find a safe space in our minds. It's like your happy place, your mind's sanctuary, if you will. You have to visualize a place where you can go to enhance this exercise. So I'll share, for me, I'll go into my childhood room. It was sort of like an attic with a separate area where I used to go to get away from everything. I remember it like it was yesterday, like it was right on East Elm Street, and it was a small house, and it just had this big attic, and I used to go there, and it was just somewhere I was free of judgment and fear. And right now, I am going to tap into that and visualize myself there. Now, yours might be a garden, a park, a room, or in someone's arms. You are the only one that can say where that place might be. Now, please visit this place many, many times in the future and return anytime triggers or trauma arises. This takes practice, but it can become a calming routine for you later down the road. Now, I am going to give you a moment to think of that place. Okay, while doing that, let's get in position. This is best lying on your back, but it can be done in any comfortable posture. Now that you are there, let's engage in all of our senses in our mental sanctuary. How does it smell? What do you hear, touch, and even taste? These can help you immerse in yourself and in this exercise. Now, while doing that, let's start controlling our breaths. Let's start with a deep breath and slowly exhale. And with each breath, your breathing should become slower until you are calm and your muscles are relaxed. Okay, focus on the stillness and silence that is hovering over you in your zone of peace. I was hoping you could close your eyes and repeat after me. Mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Again, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Focus again on your breathing. Take another deep breath. Feel how the air surrounds your body and caresses the skin as it moves even subtly in the room in the form of the breath as it moves through the body. Please stay in the present moment. If your mind wanders, it's okay. Just bring it back to the body. Take another deep breath and see how the breath enters and leaves the body. Let it be. And repeat. Mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is move our bodies side by side with awareness. Note areas of strong sensations and areas where sensations may not be felt. Take your time. Guys, I'm doing this with you guys, okay? So I'm just giving us at least about 10 seconds to, do these things. Now, we are going to move on to doing a hamstring stretch while breathing and still lying on our backs. Lay flat on your back and bring your knee, just one of them, to your chest. Straighten out your other leg in the air while you are holding your knee to your chest. Feel the sensation in this position. Take a deep breath. Visualize the breath going through that leg in the air and hold the position while repeating, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Again, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Now repeat with the opposite leg. I'll give you time to do that now. Again, feel the sensation in this position. Take a deep breath. Visualize the breath going through that leg in the air and hold the position while repeating, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Again, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Now, we are going to do the butterfly stretch. While on your back, place the bottoms of your feet together and bring your heels toward your bottom. Let your knees drop towards the floor and open until you feel a stretch. Feel the sensation in this position and take a deep breath. And visualize the breath going through both legs, starting with the toes, and hold the position while repeating, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Again, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Now bring your body back to its position by putting the legs and arms down. Now I want us to take another deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. Feeling the rhythmic waves of the breath as it moves in and riding on the waves of the breath sensations, resting in awareness. Again, take a deep breath, but this time I want us to repeat, mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. I know you relaxed, but now I need you to tense your whole body and make a fist. Make it tight. Then release your muscles, relieving the tension and letting the trauma peel off of you, one layer at a time. Let's take a few seconds to let that happen. Yeah, come on. Think about those layers. Think about those layers like it's an onion. Peel and peel till you get to the core. Okay. Bring your attention back to the breath and go back to visualizing yourself in your mind sanctuary. Find a natural object from within your happy place and focus on watching it for a minute. This can be a wall, flower, water, a person's smile. It doesn't matter. Simply relax into watching for as long as you can visually explore every aspect of its formation and allow yourself to be consumed by its presence and try to connect with its energy and with its purpose within the natural world. And yes, we are going to take a whole minute focusing on it. I am going to do it with you. Let's begin. Okay, y'all, I don't know if it was a whole minute, a little bit less, or probably over. I don't have a timer. I am actually doing this exercise with you guys, but I did try to count it in my head. So hopefully it was a whole minute for us. Wow, 1 minute is long when you are just being still. Pat yourselves on the back. You did it. Now I just gave you guys a sample of what you can do. I wanted us to start small because forcing our minds to focus on one thing at a time can be challenging, and taking small steps can do tremendous work if we let it. This, I'm telling you, gets my mind right. And when I notice that I bring attention to my body part by part and visualize my safe place, my mind sanctuary, with the deep breaths, I'm telling you, I can feel its wholeness. It kind of makes me feel like I just did a whole body scan meditation. Look, I just wanted to give you something to go to when traumatic thoughts or events pounce on you. You know, each time you think of a negative thought, you can choose to take a moment to stop, label the thought as unhelpful, and release the negativity. So for the last time in this video, repeat after your sis. Mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. What you say? Mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. I can't hear you. Mental storms, no more. I leave my trauma at the door. Yes, 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 yes. I really do care for y'all. I mean, it's just, and I hope this really benefits you. My heart yearns to see you get through difficult times. And I deeply, get myself together. I deeply cherish my connection with you guys. I can't help but to say thank you guys for being here. And thank you, YouTube, for allowing a space to help individuals go through a tough time. You know, when I used to sit there and see these members that used to come into our facility, and one by one, they would come in for an hour, you know, and then they would leave. Some of them came back, some of them didn't. And I always had in my heart, like, where are they? Did they take the time to do actions to help them, to love on themselves? And I think that's why I just wanted to start this channel, because I felt like you can constantly go over it and go over the information. Now, don't get me wrong, there's only so much that I can do virtually, but you know, just after doing this with you guys, I feel like I'm getting really, really emotional right now. Okay, all right. Enough of that sentimental stuff in my Marlon Wayne voice. Okay, let me get back light. So heavy. Next, we are going to move on to I can't even say my words. What was it? Oh, the second phase. Yes, the second phase. It is not an exercise. Remember, we only mentioned one phase so far, right? We only just got through one phase, and I feel like this video is going to be long. But the next phase is remembrance and mourning. All right, remembrance and mourning. This gives us the time to healthily explore and mourn the losses that we have encountered with a traumatic situation or situations. You have to provide a space in your life to grieve and express those many levels of emotions. Sometimes I feel like we can't put words or emotions on what happens to us and how we feel. We just don't want to make meaning of it. And then we just like sweep it under the rug, And sometimes that is our way of dealing with it. Letting it go would be very helpful though. But it is how we let it go that makes the difference. And if we can continue with phase 1, practicing safety and stability while diving deep into phase 2, remembering and mourning about it in a healthy way, I think we can get through it. Now, if you believe that your trauma is too much and it's hard to face those situations, becoming overwhelmed and emotionally flooding in a way that is not healthy, please stop and find a therapist, support, friend, family, or somebody to help you. I am here just to give you a jump start on your recovery. It takes more than just one exercise or a 10-minute video to become fully engulfed in understanding trauma and recovery, especially your own. Okay, so I just want to let you know, if you need that, please find support, please find some help, okay? Or you can email me, Okay, so now we did phase 1, we did phase 2, now we're on phase 3. Now phase 3 is reconnection and integration. Now integration is to blend into a functioning or unified whole, which means reconnecting with yourself and life. You have to create a new sense of self with tools to help you in the future. Now, the traumatizing situation, or let's just say trauma, is a part of your life story, right? But it is not the only story that defines you. And that's why I say we got to learn how to survive our scars successfully and become joyful warriors in the battle we call life. I dare to say we must understand that trauma recovery is not you never having thoughts or feelings about the situation. It's not that. But being able to live with it in a way that it doesn't control you and it does not make you make decisions in ways that keep you stuck, right? So those were the phases. You had safety and stabilization, remembrance and mourning, reconnection and integration. So let's start with recognizing our responses to your trauma. But first, let's take our breathing break. But wait, we kind of already did that when we did that mindfulness exercise. Well, you know what? Let's do it again. It won't hurt. It can only help, right? I ain't got nowhere to go. So I would like to take this opportunity to have us just relax, since I have already given you an exercise to do in this video. So for right now, let's chill. Hey, and settle down. That's my joint. And as you can see, because I sang this in a previous video, okay, that's my jam. Also, if you like or didn't like the exercise we did earlier in the video, I would like to know about it, okay? So tell me if you will implement this in your life. Also, there are trauma responses that individuals find themselves participating in. Some shut down, become a people pleaser, they walk away or get defensive, become emotionally numb, or they play the victim. Now, this next one is all the way me, okay? Keeping busy. I used to just stay busy so I did not have to deal with it. Yeah, I did. Dissociation is another one. Or how about playing the persecutor? Yep. Or what about being hyper independence? Yeah. So which one do you see in yourself or in others when they experience any kind of trauma? Please put your opinions and thoughts and let me know your answers to these questions in the comments below. I would appreciate it. They can generate stimulating dialogue. Now, let's take our breathing break. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now let's recap. We went over how recovery from trauma has many paths to take. We just have to try them out and stick with the ones that work well for our unique situations. And we also focused on the trauma phases as well, like phase 1, safety and stability. Phase 2 is remembrance and mourning. And phase 3 is reconnection and integration. And our symbolic action for today was to try a little sample of a mindfulness-based stress reduction exercise with a pinch of a body scan meditation just to see if you can use it when needed. And lastly, if you like what I am doing and the way I am trying to help individuals overcome things, please subscribe by virtually becoming my friend. Please like the video, share it as well, hit the like button and the notification bell to stay updated when I drop new valuable content that interests you. This is the last interactive path video to this option. Your sis from a different miss has your back. So until next time, detect, check, affect, and accept what is going on in your life conscientiously. Glee.